Let me get situated here. How y'all living? I'm living swell. What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I will not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, the official place where you can get all your situations that's going on in the social media landscape. Okay, first and foremost, let me make sure that y'all can hear me. Give me 1 second. Rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, as well as your followers. If you want to further support the channel, all you got to do is hit the join membership button. Remember, membership has its privileges. How y'all living? How y'all living? How y'all living? Okay, got a jam-packed show, and yeah, let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. All right. First and foremost, I want to say this. I hate to be that guy that says, I told you so, but I told you so. All right. Seems like a lot of people were in my comment section telling me this, that, and the third about LeBron James and new ownership. And, oh man, they're not going to let LeBron James go out like that. And this, that, and the third. Well, breaking news, all the stuff that I told you guys in my live stream, if you guys would have took it to heart, if you guys stop depending on your emotions, always wanting to be right, always wanting to be technically right, always, this, that, and the third. If you just go by what the stories are saying, what the articles are saying, you don't never have egg on your face. But there's a lot of people out there that's got a lot of egg on their face, okay? And we're going to shout out two individuals that are deep in these NBA streets. Scoop Jackson. Scoop Jackson is a journalist. He covers the NBA. He's an insider. He knows these front offices personally, okay? So, and the Sun. What I'm about to read is coming from the Sun. So go check out the Sun. It's like it's like an online magazine. Go check out the article for yourself. If when I'm done here, I will try to pin it in the comment section. Okay, but the Sun, and by the way, oh yeah, Yahoo Sports. Yahoo Sports is pretty much copy and paste what the Sun already made the article. Yahoo Sports is pasting the very same article that came from the Sun. Okay, so 4 NBA teams have reached out to LeBron James about a trade. Okay, 4 NBA teams have reached out for LeBron James about looking for a trade. Originally appeared on the Sun. I already credit them. LeBron James' Laker future is more questionable than ever. Teams around the league have reportedly reached out to gauge a trade interest with LeBron James. NBA insider Brandon Scoop B. Robertson. I don't know why I said Scoop Jackson, but guys, I butcher names on the comment. I know Scoop Jackson. He's also an insider, so but I apologize. Okay. Brandon Scoop B. Robertson. 4 franchises have contacted James' agency about potential trade for the 4-time MVP. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Golden State Warriors, and perhaps a surprising team is the Dallas Mavericks. Okay? We're going to talk about all this. Rich Paul, a childhood friend who represents LeBron James for in his entire 22-year career, released a statement last month that LeBron and Clutch Sports will be monitoring the Lakers' solutions very closely after opting in to its $52.6 million player option. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, which is kind of ironic because he was on a talk show talking about the ring culture and people are heavily depending on championships and rings and things of that nature. Now all of a sudden he wants to compete for a championship. But hey, that's LeBron James. I'm pretty sure LeBron James stands, LeBron James fans out there are going to try to twist and pull the narrative and move the goalposts. But hey, it's neither here nor there, okay? LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Paul says. He knows the Lakers are built for the future. He understands that, but values realistic chances of winning at all. We are appreciative of the partnership that we have for 8 years with Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and considering the Lakers a critical part of his career. We understand the difficulties of winning now while preparing for the future. He added, we do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage of his life and career. He wants to make every season and has left every season counts, okay? And the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want the best for him, okay? Whole lot of interesting gems that have been dropped through this article thus far. We'll get into it a little bit later because I know there's a lot of people out there that can't put two and two together, or sometimes when they try to put two and two together, they come up with six, okay? But anyway, okay, LeBron has a no trade clause in his contract, so he'll have final say on wherever or the ultimate, where he wants to be moved. Okay, I don't know why they try to, Okay, they'll try to be funny. All right, but there are some doubt being cast on the 40-year-old All-Star ahead of the start of the season. Just last winter, James shot down the Golden State rumors, trade interest. He expressed a desire to remain in the purple and gold. Now the league, the all-time leader scorer, is now evaluating his options. Okay, so a lot of interesting things that was said in that particular article. Okay, now for those who've been living on their rock, for those who can't put two and two together, for those out there that has an emotional investment with either LeBron James or the Golden State Warriors, allow your boy to explain and paraphrase what transpired through that whole article, what Rich Paul is really trying to say, what LeBron James is really trying to say, what the Los Angeles Lakers organization is trying to say. There was a lot of BS going on in the communication, not the article. The article is legit, but I'm talking about the sources when you talk about Rich Paul, LeBron James, Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, the new ownership. Whole lot of BS spreads. Just BS all over the place. All right? So allow your boy to explain and paraphrase what everybody is saying. Okay? Let's look at the Los Angeles Lakers standpoint, all right? And I've said this on this very same channel. I have also said this countless times on this channel. I have said this on social media, that ever since we found out that the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers, Rob Pelinka, and the Dallas Mavericks were colluding on trying to trade Luka out of the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks organization just didn't feel comfortable giving Luka the max contract with his history. Now, Luka is Luka is no slouch. He's no scrub. Luka, he's a star. But Luka don't really treat the offseason very seriously. And Luka is a defensive liability. And at that part of the game when he was a member of the Dallas Mavericks. He was not committed on working out in the offseason. He picked up a lot of weight. He picked up a lot of habits that, you're saying to yourself, you're going to give this man $500 million, and he's not really taking it that deep. He's not really taking it that serious from your perspective. Now, from Luka's perspective, he thought he was taking things very seriously, okay? But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Luka's not going to get better as far as, getting better on the defensive end. He's always going to be a defensive liability. He's been a defensive liability in the early part of his career. He's going to be a defensive liability with the Los Angeles Lakers from here on out. And he's seriously going to be a defensive liability when he gets older and outside of his prime. Okay? So the Dallas Mavericks, they're ready to win now. And if you look at the landscape and you look at people seem to forget the Dallas Mavericks with Luka, they was in the NBA Finals 2 years ago. People seem to forget about that. All right, but a lot of things that Luka does well. There's a lot of things Luka does not do well. Defensive liability. He doesn't take onus in his responsibilities. He's always pointing the finger and blaming. He's arguing back and forth with the refs, and he doesn't take the offseason that serious. He takes the offseason as a vacation. There have been reports out there that, ever since his time with the Mavericks, he takes the offseason like it's vacation. He drinks, he parties, he smokes, and you're saying to yourself, if you're the front office of the Dallas Mavericks, you're saying to yourself, okay, we're about to super max this guy. He would have made upwards of $500 million. And we don't really see a quick return in our investment. We're going to have to super max him, and we got to put players around him, meaning we're going to be over the luxury tax. Okay? So, and we're trying to win in the next couple of years. The Dallas Mavericks window is like 3 years. I say 2, they can possibly squeeze a third. They're ready to win now. They're not ready to win 5 years from now or 6 years from now. Okay? They're ready to win right now. So you got to ask yourself, are we better with Luka, or can we upgrade the roster without supermaxing Luka and add pieces and be very competitive to win right now? The Dallas Mavericks chose that they're ready to win now, and in order to win now, they had to get Luka off their books. Now, if they could have kept, they would have, look, if Luka was saying, well, I don't want the Supermax. I want less, okay? I want less so we can be able to compete for titles in the future. Luka was not indicating none of that noise to the Dallas Mavericks. Plus, he wasn't indicating he's going to take the offseason seriously. All right? So when Luka got traded to the Lakers, it was a huge surprise from everybody, including LeBron. LeBron had no idea that Luka was coming to Los Angeles. And during that time, they were under the Buss family reign. They were under Rob Pelinka. So Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss didn't say diddly squat to LeBron James about trading Anthony Davis for Luka. Now, there were some other pieces involved, but essentially they traded Luka. They sent Luka to Los Angeles, and in return they got Anthony Davis. They got what they needed, the Dallas Mavericks, as far as winning right now. They got a guy who can play the 5, who can play the 4, who can play the three. He doesn't want to play center, but you already have a center with the Dallas Mavericks. So you don't really need him as a center. So he's going back to his natural position. Anthony Davis is happy. Now, he probably is not happy how it went down. But if you look at it from the outside looking in, he went from a team that is just playing around, getting into the playoffs, and try to make some noise, and somehow, some way, they try to make it as far as they can, to a legit contender. He upgraded. Anthony Davis, yeah, he's kind of hurt that he got traded, but that's a short-term, emotion. If he's looking at it as, hey, look, I upgraded. I left the Lakers, and now I'm with a contender. And to make this even more better, we got the number 1 pick. We got Cooper Flag. We got Kyrie Irving. Life is good. This Dallas Mavericks team is better than the team that I left, which was the Los Angeles Lakers, which was with uncertainty. They just hired a coach who never coached in J.J. Redick. Clearly, J.J. Redick is a LeBron James. He's on the side of LeBron James. So if he would have stayed with the Lakers, he would have to relinquish and just go by what J.J. Redick and LeBron James wanted to do with the roster. Okay? So, he's over there at Dallas. The Lakers got Luka. And the very first thing they said when they got Luka, they said, and this was the Buss family and Rob Pelinka, they were all saying this when they first got Luka. Read the articles. Luka is our future. We're going to build around Luka. Now, we're going to also, please LeBron as far as we want him to remain a Los Angeles Laker, because we want him to retire as a Los Angeles Laker. He has done a lot of goodwill and good service for our franchise. We won a championship, even though y'all say that it's a Mickey Mouse championship. Championship is a championship, okay? So he has a great relationship with Jeannie Buss. He's got his coach, J.J. Redick, who never coached in the NBA. He got him hired to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. He also got the Los Angeles Lakers to draft Bronny James, his son. He wanted to be the first father and son. He wanted to be in the record books as the first father and son to play on an NBA court. He wanted to be the scoring leader. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, and it's more so Jeannie Buss and the Buss family, was a pleasing LeBron James wish. Essentially, the Los Angeles Lakers were Make-A-Wish. Okay? The Los Angeles Lakers were Make-A-Wish. Is that something on my lip? Okay. My lips just shiny. That's all. Got shiny lips. I got shiny big lips. Okay? But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back into this. Okay? So, the Los Angeles Lakers was a Make-A-Wish program. Anything LeBron wanted, his wish is their command. So, and they was trying to appease LeBron James, appease Laker fans, and they was also worried about their future. And that was the plan, essentially, for Jeannie Buss and the Buss family. Well, a lot of things happened in the offseason. A lot of things happened in the offseason. The Lakers got, and this came from out of nowhere. Nobody wasn't reporting it saying, oh, in the next couple of weeks, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be, the franchise is going to be sold. Okay, no one was under no one's radar. And for all of us, including me, we assumed that the Buss family were going to remain majority owners of the Los Angeles Lakers franchise. No one assumed otherwise. Till a couple of months back, Lakers got sold for like $10 billion, a record franchise deal. This deal is bigger than the Phoenix Suns purchase, the Boston Celtics purchase, the Dallas Mavericks, the Charlotte Hornets, and this was a big major deal on a franchise that people were 99% sure was never going to be sold. It was always going to be a family-run franchise, okay? And when it got sold, once it got sold, the new ownership, they pretty much was on the same game plan with the Los Angeles Lakers of what they were planning on doing for now, the near future, and beyond the future. But they said, no, as far as LeBron James acquisition to relinquishing to LeBron James, the possibility of LeBron James playing with another his other son and this, that, and the third. Nah, we can't have two max players, Luka and LeBron, and be very competitive in the off-season market. And now more than ever, the NBA draft is an important key part as far as improving your franchise and getting talent. All right. If you don't believe me, look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look what they did with their draft picks. Their draft picks played on the floor, won the title. And this is a copy and paste league, and a lot of leagues, they're heading this way anyway. If you look at the Houston Rockets, they kept the majority of their picks, and a lot of the picks that they drafted are big contributors to the Rockets winning. Now, they had to give up a player that they drafted for Kevin Durant, but first and foremost, the Phoenix Suns were hoping that there was going to be a lot more for Kevin Durant. They wanted all their picks that they traded for to even get Kevin Durant. They want those picks back. When they put Kevin Durant in the market, they found out the market isn't the same like the market was 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. Now more than ever, franchises are holding on to these draft picks, and they're treating these draft picks like gold. Because if you don't have draft picks, you don't have much of a future. The days of, well, let's just send them like 3 or 4 picks for a max player, those days are over with. How I can tell you that? Look at what's going on in Minnesota. They released Dame Lillard. Who saw that coming? Okay, so the NBA of old is over with. No more super teams. No more trying to get 3 max contracts, and you're willing to, mortgage your future just to get 3 max contracts. In this current climate, you can do that, but you're not going to have enough money in free agency, and you're not going to be able to keep the players that you have because you're going to be up and over the salary cap. If you don't believe me, look at what Boston did. Tatum went down, and things changed. Once Tatum went down, all those players that were fixtures as far as them winning a title, they sold those players. They sent them players to other teams. They want to be far below the salary cap as possible. Why? Because Tatum's going to be out for a year. So they're willing to scrap this year and re-up and do it again next year, adding talent around Jaylen Brown and Tatum. The NBA of old is over with. This is the new NBA. Draft picks are important. You got to have personnel in the organization that draft accordingly. Draft talent. Put talent that's ready to play right now. You don't have time to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years to cultivate this talent, and then you put it on the court, and then you limit minute the uh, minute restrictions, and pretty much babysit them throughout 3 or 4 of their years in the league. Now it's plug and play. If we draft you, you're playing now. We're not holding you on for next year. Okay, and that's what's going on in the NBA. Today's NBA does not fit with players such as LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis to a certain extent, Kawhi, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. That NBA, what they thrived on, where draft picks wasn't really that important, it was all about trying to make super teams and putting enough max players on one team. Those days are behind us. So, and so this new management with LeBron James, which by the way, I wish I copied the comment from the last time we discussed this. There was a guy in the comment section talking about, oh, well, see, what you don't realize is technically that guy does not own the team until October. So theoretically, he doesn't, have a say-so on what they're doing now, which I stumped that out completely. That's a bunch of poppycock. That's your emotions talking to you to make you feel good, to make you feel warm at night, make you feel snuggly and comfy in your comforter while you're sleeping with the AC on. You feel good saying that. And if that makes you feel good, fine. But in reality, all the things that we're talking about now is coming from the new management. They want to see a quick return in their investment. And if you know anything about this owner, he also owns the Dodgers. And he, from the ground running, he made the Dodgers a very competitive team. They have World Series titles. And he just wasn't going to just sit around and just wait for all of it to happen. He made it happen. And you don't think he's going to have the same mindset with the Los Angeles Lakers? You think that he spent $10 billion to essentially own the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Lakers is going to be this Make-A-Wish program wherever LeBron, to satisfy LeBron James and his ego and his pride. We're just going to do whatever what LeBron James says, because winning titles are not important. Being competitive is not important. Satisfying LeBron James is the top priority, okay? So he said, look, the plan that Jenny Buss and Rob Pelinka has, we're following that plan, but it's not going to include LeBron James. We're not going to try to make everybody happy. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka was trying to make everybody happy. Well, mainly Jeannie Buss and Buss family was trying to make everybody happy. New management saying, no, we're not trying to make everybody happy. We don't care about LeBron James' happiness. We don't care about Bronny James' happiness. We don't care. I mean, we appreciate, what you contribute for the Los Angeles Lakers for 6 to 8 years, but that's 6 to 8 years ago. We're talking about right now. And right now, Luka is our top priority. We're going to build around Luka. We're going to have a new system for Luka. We're going to have players that's going to benefit off of Luka's traits and talents. And I said this on my sports channel. Luka needs the ball. Luka, you're not going to put Luka in the corner while LeBron, who also needs the ball. They're both ISO players. So you're not going to keep your future in the corner and let LeBron just cook. That's not going to work. That's not how it worked when he was successful with the Dallas Mavericks. When he had the ball, everything was built around Luka. Now, when they added Kyrie Irving, and Luka and Kyrie was trying to figure things out because they were both ISO players, it worked sometimes and sometimes it didn't work. And I think that's part of the reason why it hurt them later on in the playoffs. You know, when Luka went to the playoffs with the Dallas Mavericks without LeBron James. So new management is saying if he can go to Dallas and make a deep run in the playoffs and without LeBron James, then I like our chances with Luka, and we just build around Luka versus building around Luka and LeBron. LeBron is 40, okay? Name me one franchise is going to give up all their draft picks, that's going to give up all their young talent for a 40-year-old player. Now, don't get it twisted and confused. I know people are going to be typing in the comment section talking about, well, LeBron's a different 40. He works out. He takes care of his body. He spent a lot of money on his body, okay? But the one thing about being an athlete in professional sports, Father Time ultimately wins. And yes, LeBron James is going to enter in year 23. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say he defied the odds and beat Father Time. And he's been in the league for 23 years. Which, by the way, Chris Paul been in the league for 20 years. And some people feel like Kevin Durant is going to be in is going to be in the league a lot longer than LeBron. If Kevin Durant really cared about basketball, you know, he may not be a star, but he can contribute to a team, even if he's not the star, even if he's not in the starting lineup. I see Kevin Durant playing a lot of years, and he wants to make up for the years that he missed when he had that big time surgery. Okay, and I think out of the two, Kevin Durant loves basketball. I think he really loves basketball, and he loves to play basketball. Nothing less, nothing more. But, you know, back to LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James, you know, he eats his vitamins, he says his prayers, he gets plenty of sleep. He does all that at 40 years old. You know, congratulations. Okay, you got me. But LeBron James isn't LeBron James isn't the same LeBron James like with the Miami Heat when he was in his prime, when he was a beast. LeBron James is good now, but this LeBron James that you've seen cannot even touch the LeBron James in the Miami Heat. He was a beast for the Miami Heat. Okay? And that LeBron James that was in the Miami Heat can beat any player on the Oklahoma City Thunder. He almost single-handedly beat the Golden State Warriors when they were in their prime. And some thought that he should have been MVP of those finals, even though the Cleveland Cavaliers lost. That's how good LeBron James was. He's not no more, but that's what he was. And I would take that LeBron James over any player in the Indiana Pacers, over all the players on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are the two teams that represented in the finals. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder, by the way. Okay? But I would take that player, LeBron. I would not trade a single player from the Oklahoma City Thunder for a 40-year-old LeBron James. I would not give up a single player on the Dallas Mavericks just to have LeBron James on my roster. Now, I just read you the article. The article kind of sounds familiar, right? Kind of sounds like the same article we was talking about a couple of weeks ago when there was interest, when LeBron James had interest in being with the Dallas Mavericks. And what did the Dallas Mavericks organization say at that particular time? They said, quote, "We would love to have LeBron James, but we're not giving up pieces for LeBron James. We're not giving up players for LeBron James. But if LeBron James wants to come, like if he gets the Lakers to buy him out, then yeah, let LeBron James come." That's the only way LeBron James was going to be able to be with the Dallas Mavericks. Did y'all hear what the New York Knicks say? They didn't say they didn't say LeBron James' name literally, but when Kevin Durant was saying, you know what? Remember when y'all was interested in me and I made all those crazy demands and then I chose Brooklyn over you guys? Well, I'm 5 years older from that time. All right? I'm not what I used to be like I was with Golden State when I had all the leverage. Hey, y'all, New York, do y'all want to make a trade for me to come to New York City? Let's do this. I know y'all was interested in me when I left Golden State. I'm a lot older when I left Golden State, but I'm still Kevin Durant. Even the Knicks said, no, we're not giving up draft picks. We're not giving up players to have you. We're not doing that. Okay? And Kevin Durant is younger than LeBron James. If they took a stance like that to Kevin Durant, what do y'all think they're going to say about LeBron James, who's much older? Exactly. So let's talk about these four teams. Golden State Warriors, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Dallas Mavericks, and what was the fourth team? The Clippers. Yeah. Let's start with Dallas. Dallas said they was interested weeks ago, but the only way LeBron was going to be on that roster if LeBron takes a buyout from the Lakers. So let's just scratch them off the list. They already said that they're interested, but they're not that interested in giving up draft picks and players for LeBron that way. The only way he can be with the Mavericks is he agrees to a buyout. And really, to be honest with you, the Lakers will hold all the leverage. A lot of people stop the presses. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, no, LeBron has the leverage, okay? He can dictate where he wants to go. You know, once you opt into a contract to a billionaire, a billionaire is going to say, okay, you want to opt into the contract? Fine. But if you want to get out of this $52 million, and if you really want to compete, you need to put your money where your mouth is. We'll do a buyout, but you're gonna take far less to get out of this contract. And I don't see LeBron James doing it. So let's just scratch the Mavericks off that list. Mavericks say they're interested, they lukewarm interested, but the only way that's going to happen, LeBron's going to need the Lakers' help, and I don't think the Lakers are going to be helping LeBron. So let's just go ahead and scratch them off the list, okay? What was the next team? Cleveland Cavaliers, Dan Gilbert. Do y'all think Dan Gilbert wants a third shot with LeBron James? Y'all really think that? Because the first time when he drafted LeBron James, that didn't go so well. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Who remembers that? Dan Gilbert wasn't happy then. Y'all remember things Dan Gilbert said about LeBron James when he went to Miami? Then all of a sudden, when Pat Riley didn't want to relinquish the franchise to LeBron James, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm a Cleveland Cavalier. At that time, LeBron had a lot of leverage on Dan Gilbert. He had a lot of leverage and a lot of juice. And LeBron got the Cleveland Cavaliers to win their first ever title. They had to get that to mortgage their future to get it done. And during that whole time when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, when he left the Cleveland Cavaliers, he didn't leave the Cleveland Cavaliers in a good place. Okay? They're competing now, but he didn't leave them in a good spot. So do y'all really think Dan Gilbert is going to be interested in LeBron James, a 40-year-old LeBron James. Now, I will say this: Dan Gilbert would make a trade for LeBron James, but the only way is willing to do that if LeBron James is retiring, not to put him on the roster, and he's going to be an issue with what he already has on the roster. And then you also going to have to do something with Bronny James, because LeBron James, he's going to fix it in a way like, hey, I would go there to Cleveland, but hey, y'all got to take my son, y'all got to get my son as well. And I got to have say-so with the roster, and I got to have say-so with the offense. I still want to score points. I really don't care if we win or lose, long as I keep my average. Okay? I think that's too much of a headache for Dan Gilbert. I think Dan Gilbert likes what he sees with the roster that he has right now. And in the East, Tatum's out. The Indiana Pacers star is out as well. The Knicks are questionable. Okay, now more than the Heat, we're not sure what the Heat going to do. So the East is open. And this is the Cleveland Cavaliers have a strong possibility of winning, of coming out of the East. Let's just say they're coming out of the East, okay? And they can do that without the services of LeBron James. So let's just scratch Cleveland off the list as well. What other team that was on that list? Man, what was the other two teams? Golden State Warriors. Who can forget about them? Remember 2 years ago when there were rumors and talk that the Golden State Warriors were interested in LeBron James, and there was a mutual interest. LeBron was interested in going to the Golden State Warriors. At that time, LeBron was what, 38? And at that time, they didn't even have Jimmy Butler. Yeah, I could, and which, by the way, if you've been following this channel, if you've been following my sports channel, I've been saying for years, going on 8 years, that it makes perfect sense for LeBron James, when he was in his prime, to go to the Golden State Warriors, because his style, his talent fit well with the Golden State Warriors. With his decision making, high IQ, you got Klay Thompson, you got Steph Curry. Now, obviously, if you're getting LeBron James, well, then what that leaves with Draymond Green? Well, with Draymond Green, you're probably going to have to ship him out if you got LeBron James. And I always said Draymond Green is a poor man version of LeBron James. If you got LeBron James there, why do you need Draymond Green? Obviously, they're going to have to get them a big man. And if they kept the pieces, if everything remains the same with the Golden State Warriors, they probably would have won 2 or 3 more titles on top of the titles that they have. Okay? Back to LeBron and Golden State Warriors. Yeah, that happened 2 years ago. But I thought that was more fluff, pillow talk. Something to keep the Golden State Warriors in the headlines, something to keep LeBron James in the headlines. I didn't see nothing that concrete that indicates that was going to ever happen. I don't think it was going to happen, because if you look at what the Golden State Warriors have done thus far, they have gotten younger. Sure, they got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is, he's not a young buck, but if you look at the rest of the talent they've been cultivating, they've been keeping their draft picks. They're not worried about getting a max player. Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. So that was more talk. I didn't see anything serious about that. So let's just go ahead. I think that bridge is done. I don't see LeBron James going back on that bridge. I don't see Steve Kerr or the organization, the Golden State Warriors, interested in him. They tried to bring Kevin Durant over there, and Kevin Durant flat out said no. Let me ask you guys this. If you was the owner of the Golden State Warriors, who would you want? a younger Kevin Durant, or younger as far as younger than LeBron, or a 40-year-old LeBron? I would choose Kevin Durant over LeBron. But if Kevin Durant says, no, I want to come over there, then your second option would be LeBron. Right? Right? Okay. So let's go ahead and scratch him off the list. Last on the list, the big L, the Clippers. No one's not surprised about this. Have y'all seen what the Clippers have done in the past 4 years? Well, hell, in the past 8 years. They had the guy who was the MVP of this year's NBA Finals, who won a title with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They had that guy on their roster, and they traded that guy for James Harden. And what a incredible web we weave. Look at the Clippers. Look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're destined to win. They're in line to win next year's championship. And dare I say, they're in line to win the year after that championship. Okay? The Los Angeles Clippers, they're not going anywhere. Kawhi's getting older. Harden's getting older. Okay? Can't do much with that roster. And they don't even have a serious draft pick until 2030. In this era, where draft picks are more important now than ever, and y'all think the Clippers are going to just turn on the light switch? Oh, who wants Kawhi Leonard at this stage? How many draft picks you can get for Kawhi Leonard? Nothing. Teams now are not interested in Kawhi Leonard. They're interested in the picks more than Kawhi Leonard. You look at James Harden. James Harden is older. He's more a defensive liability. Is there a market for James Harden? No. LeBron going to the Clippers. I feel like that owner is crazy enough to do it. And he's trying to collect names, not talent. He loves having Kawhi there. Kawhi Leonard now is different than the Kawhi Leonard that won the title with the Toronto Raptors. He loves James Harden. James Harden now is a different James Harden when he was with the Houston Rockets. And Balmer, his name's Balmer. Him getting LeBron James, oh, wow. They'll be the paper champions. They'll win every major article from now until the start of the NBA. And when the NBA starts, everyone's going to forget about those three guys. I think they're all ISO players. I think out of the three, Kawhi will probably what is wrong with me? Link. Man, what's going on, Chris? Your tongue, it done fell asleep. I think out of the three, Kawhi will take a back seat. Would take a back seat with LeBron and with I'm talking about with James Harden. James Harden wants touches. I think LeBron would sacrifice some of his touches for James Harden to make him happy. But overall, all three of those guys are not taking anybody anywhere to the promised land. It's just go on and call it for what it is. It's a bunch of names, a bunch of old names. It's like watching what's that movie with all those old stars? Al Pacino, the guy who was in Goodfellas, Al Pacino, and the older guy that was in Bronx Tale. I can't think of his name right now. All those old stars, William Dafoe, all them old stars was in this movie that was in Vegas. Morgan Freeman was in this movie. Had a bunch of big time names in this movie. And even with all those big time names, that movie wasn't very successful. People don't even talk about that movie no more. People don't even realize that that movie even exists. And that's pretty much what will be with the Clippers. Got a bunch of old names who are outside their prime. Together, they're not going to win much of anything. They'll win the headlines. Yeah, they'll win some games. LeBron will be injured. Kawhi would definitely be injured. James Harden will be injured. None of the three will be dependable. I think they'll be, you would never see all three of them on the roster together. It'll be pretty much the Brooklyn Nets West. Okay? But I think out of all those names, maybe the Clippers will be interested. Now, I have a name. And if this happens, I want people to come back to this channel and give me my props. Give me my flowers. Y'all love coming on here when I mispronounce and butcher someone's name. Y'all love to be in the comment section when my tongue gets tied, like when I was trying like earlier ago. Y'all love to comment whenever and to let me know and give me your thoughts about last live stream, you guys talk about how, the new management, they really don't have power of the Lakers until October, so they're not really in the mix as far as the decision that they're making now. Like, believe whatever you want to believe, even though there's countless articles disproving what you're saying. But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's none of my business. But yeah, y'all love to be in the comment section about things that I butcher, but y'all never don't give me props when I'm right. And I'm thinking I'm gonna be right about what I'm about to say. Forget all those teams I mentioned about interested in LeBron James. I got a team that I feel like is going to trade for LeBron James. And they're clearly trading for LeBron James because they're trying to get butts and seats. And the reason why they're going to trade for LeBron James is they want to see an instant return on their investment. Thus far, they have not seen it yet. But I feel like the team that no one's talking about, but people in the comments going like, come on, man, tell me. Okay, I'll tell you. The Charlotte Hornets. Here's why I say the Charlotte Hornets. Cap space wise, they can fit LeBron James' salary. And if you look at it, they will probably give LeBron James, they'll probably sign LeBron James to a 1-year contract. That's not the veteran minimum. I think LeBron James will be pleased with making $20 million a year or $25 million a year. I think the Charlotte Hornets don't have no problem doing that. They need a big household name to sell tickets. And they have young pieces there. And I feel like out of all those organizations that they listed in that article, I think, first and foremost, I don't think any of those organizations are willing to also take Bronny James. And I'm not saying Bronny James is a bust, but you do realize if you trade for Bronny James, that means somebody on the other roster is going to be out of a spot. And they're going to be out of a spot not based by talent, but the name on the back of the jersey. And I don't think a lot of teams are going to mess up their apple cart that way. Okay? I feel like the Charlotte Hornets will, because they're desperate. Okay? So, and having LeBron on a 1-year contract, $20-25 million, and then you still have enough money to play with to be competitive. You can put players around LeBron James, and I feel like you can make LeBron James happy. You can make LeBron James comfortable. Now it is a small market, but he was with Cleveland. Cleveland's a small market. He played fine there. Why wouldn't he play fine with the Charlotte Hornets? And the Charlotte Hornets can also secretly tell LeBron that, make a little deal under the table with LeBron that when he retires, he can own a portion of the franchise, which is, you know, I think the main reason why he would want to go there. This reminds me of when Michael Jordan went to the Washington Wizards. And the owner at that time had a handshaking agreement with Michael Jordan. They said, hey, look, if you play, make us a better franchise, I promise you I will sell you a portion of my team, of my franchise. And it never happened. Michael Jordan just retired for the final time. And he said, see you wouldn't want to be you. You know, rolling out in his drop top Mercedes convertible. He threw out the deuces and he said, all right, I'll holler at you. Now, I don't think the owners of the Charlotte Hornets are going to do LeBron James that way, but think about it for a second. That will really massage LeBron James' ego. You get a portion of a stake of a team that was once owned by Michael Jordan. If that's not a big come up move for LeBron, then I don't know what. Plus, this franchise will be held hostage. They will literally do anything to make LeBron James happy. And they're crazy enough to do it. And I feel like the Charlotte Hornets will do it. Because they're in a situation right now. They're not in a good situation right now. With all the teams in the East getting better, the Charlotte Hornets have not. So I think that would be perfect. I think the next coach that the Charlotte Hornets would be interested in, if JJ Redick gets fired by the Lakers, and LeBron James feel like JJ Redick can be a great head coach with Charlotte, he would drop his name. Rich Paul will somehow migrate into the front office. The Charlotte Hornets are so desperate, they're desperate to make those moves than any other organization in the NBA. Okay? But yeah. I think it will be the Charlotte Hornets. It makes perfect sense for LeBron to be traded to the Charlotte Hornets. And out of all the teams, I feel like Charlotte will just trade him instead of just waiting for him to be bought out. Now, they will have to give something to the Lakers, and Charlotte, you know, is no slouch. They got some good pieces there, and they're willing to give up on those pieces to get LeBron James. Because if you look at the Charlotte Hornets' future, it's not a rich future like 3 or 4 years down the road. Like the decision that they're making on the way they're going down the road, it's not going to make them any better. So I think it's the Charlotte Hornets. I don't see any other team in the West or the East that's going to be a Make-A-Wish program for LeBron James quicker than the Charlotte Hornets, because the Charlotte Hornets are desperate. So you heard it here first. If it happens and it materializes, hey man, I just want y'all to come back on this channel. Not only come back on this channel, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Share it with your friends, family, and followers. When you do all that, I want you to get in the comment section of this very live stream and say, hey man, you were right about that. So yeah, that's all I got on the LeBron front. Here are some other key things I noticed on social media. One is there's a lady who works at McDonald's, and she was literally the only person in the restaurant. She was taking people's orders. She was cooking. She was running the drive-thru. She was running the counter. Hey, man, y'all gotta show that lady some love, dog. Y'all gotta show that lady some love. All right? You know, a lot of people in that situation would say, hell to the no. Hand the keys to the manager or just lock the door behind them and clock out for the day. No, she said, no, I'm standing on all 10 toes. I'm going to run this, and I'm going to run this well. People, the powers that be at Burger King, y'all need to do something for her. Y'all really need to do something for her. Because putting her in that position, it's easy for her to just quit and give up. No, she didn't quit and gave up. She just went in there and kept it moving, kept it pushing. Y'all should at least give her a management position or some type of position where she goes store to store and talks about her story, because that's a very impactful, powerful story. So yeah, y'all need to do something for her. Burger King, y'all need to do something for her. All right. Other things I wanted to talk about, and it was on my timeline on X, formerly known Twitter. Hold up. I liked it. Oh, breaking news. Okay. Uno will be added as a table game in casinos in Las Vegas. First and foremost, I'm here to let y'all on a secret. I'm king on Uno. I win well in Uno. It doesn't matter what form of Uno y'all talking about. Y'all at home with the fam, I'm King Supreme on Uno. King Supreme on Uno online. If I'm playing PlayStation, on PC, tablet, whatever. I'm the king of Uno on my iPhone whenever I get an opportunity where I'm waiting in between appointments and things of that nature. I'm the king of Uno. I don't think anybody's better than Uno. I don't think anyone is better at Uno than I. Okay? And for the casinos to add Uno, I feel like this is them trying to, because people that are traditionally good at Uno, they're terrible at other card games. Like, I'm great at Uno, but I'm terrible at poker. Okay? So I think the reason why they're adding Uno to the casinos, because they want to look for a new clientele. They're looking for a new audience that wants to come to these casinos when make a lot of money big on Uno. Because the majority of y'all, when y'all go to these casinos, are going to lose anyway in Uno. Because one, you don't know what you're doing. Two, the game's going to be rigged. The game's going to be rigged. Don't think you're going to go and walking in the casino and do what you was doing at home or on your PC or on your game console and think you can reproduce what you did there over there. Because all the factors are not going to be at your advantage. The cards are not going to be at your advantage. The table's not going to be at your advantage. The client, the people that you're competing with, not going to be at your advantage. And the casino itself is not going to be at your advantage. Okay, so gamble responsibly. That's all I would say. If you're going over there to play Uno, gamble responsibly. Okay, that's what I would tell you guys. Okay. Another thing, I was going to talk about this on my podcast this week, but hey, what the heck? Meg Thee Stallion is supposed to be in some relationship with Klay Thompson. People asking, what you think about that, Chris? What you think about that? What I think about it is, and I've said this countless times when y'all talk about people in relationships, I really don't care. If she's happy to be in a relationship with Klay Thompson is happy to be in a relationship with Meg Thee Stallion, then I don't care. A lot of people say, well, her past should be accounted for. She be in and out of different guys, like different vehicles. If you want to feel that way. But I know a lot of guys who have dated many women, and when they finally found the right woman, they settled down and they have a great relationship. Vice versa with women. Sometimes you don't find the perfect one for you. The only way you're going to find the perfect one for you is you have to be in the game, in the dating game. Okay? And when you find somebody, you need to hold on to that somebody. Because the odds of you finding Another one like that are slim to none. Dude, I know guys that are in the clubs right now, 40, 50 years old, chasing 20, 30-year-old women. Well, well, if you're 20, you know, you're a young woman. I ain't gonna call you a girl. But my thing of it is, what are the conversations like? You're 40, about to turn 50, and you're dating a woman that's in her 20s. I mean, first and foremost, what are the conversations like? Because the music that you're interested in is not the same music she's interested in. The lifestyle that you're interested in is not going to be the same lifestyle she's going to be interested in. You're pretty much settled in your career, and she's trying to figure things out in her career. You're more established in your life, but she's trying to figure life out. I mean, so what are the conversations like? Okay, I'm not saying it can't work, but I'm just saying. All right, but yeah, shouts out to that. Drake said that the best rappers are from UK. That's opinion. Drake feels that way. Fine. I do not believe that. But hey, that's Drake's opinion. He's entitled to it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go on and on about it. Oh, Charleston White said he is filing a police report on Tina Trump after she allegedly prank called him multiple times with threats. If you know anything about her, she's a troll. And how I didn't hear what she said threat wise, but if she's playfully threatening him, I just don't see any police station going to take this very seriously. They're going to file the report, and they're going to keep it moving. Okay, but they said that when she was doing that, she kind of blew up. She went viral, and to that I say this. Okay, we already know about her, and we know she used to be the girlfriend of Rick Ross. So how much more viral or popular she ultimately became by doing this? Okay, I understand if it was me or someone else that you probably don't know of, but we pretty much know her. So whatever. Okay, just. Let me see. Okay, we talked about Meg Thee Stallion and okay. And we talked about a lot of this. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, we talked about this. YouTube is removing their trending page after 10 years. Users were saying the trending page less. Hold up. Let me read this, okay? Because this is kind of important. This was like 3 days ago. Okay, YouTube is removing their trending page after 10 years. Users were using the trending page less over the years, starting to find their perform content on YouTube Shorts. Okay, let me read a couple of opinions. I know why I think YouTube administration is getting tired of all those African Americans getting rich off YouTube. And that don't make no sense. Everybody stopped using it because it fell out of touch. It wasn't showing what's trending until a week later. Yeah, that might be a possibility. YouTube is removing the trending page is the final throw out to that dusty treadmill you only use to hang laundry on. Okay, I think he was trying to make it funny. makes sense. The algorithm and the shorts have personalized the discovery so well, the trending page became obsolete. I think that makes a little sense. The trending page is officially canceled. Short attention spans wins again. I think that's got a little to do with that as well. I agree with that as well. YouTube will eventually be obsolete. I don't believe that. Okay. Um, Hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. Jesus. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Okay. You have to say to yourself, if you look at YouTube, the goal in the beginning, as far as content creating on YouTube, was trying to get on that trending page, trying to go viral on a live stream or video, whatever, a skit, whatever. And that's what the goal for all of us, to be trending. And when you hit that trending page, you're a made man. Now, and you're in the algorithm. That indicates to the world you're not looking for the algorithm, you are the algorithm. Okay? Now when you look at it, and it's a combination of attention span. I don't think long form videos are popping like they once did 5 or 6 years ago. I think podcasting is non-existent on YouTube, like on short form. You're starting to see more and more people starting to cut their, like they'll upload the full podcast, but I think they really do their numbers by chopping up the podcast. Okay? And get money that way, as well as if people still want to watch the long form. And shorts have made a drastic improvement for content creators. If you're not utilizing shorts, I don't know what you're doing. I think people identify you more with shorts than like live streams or long form videos. I'm not saying long form videos are the end. And I'm not saying podcasting is the end or live streams or anything like that. I'm just saying shorts is essentially the trending page, because everyone's short is on a trending page. And I think YouTube ultimately wants everyone to go to the shorts. And you get mad subscribers on your shorts. You'll get subscribers faster with shorts than any other form of content. The problem with shorts is, as far as you generating revenue, okay, one short is not going to do it. So I was watching a content creator, and he was talking about how he doesn't do live streams or long form videos. He does everything in shorts. And he said that, I forgot the amount of money he was making, but he was talking about how, if you think about it, YouTube recommends content creators at least do 8 minutes of video. If you have an 8-minute video, you can get views and subscribers and monetization and all that jazz. And he was talking about how, well, think about that. Theoretically, that's a minute short. If you do 8 different shorts and span and have them throughout the day, or just dump them at once, you're pretty much meeting that requirement. To me, I would upload 2 shorts a day, but to me, that's time consuming. very time consuming to make 8 shorts a day. You gotta think about that for a second. Now, I know someone's gonna say, well, think about it, Chris. That's just one 8-minute video. You're just chopping it, you're just breaking it down into 8 different shorts. Okay? But yeah, he was talking about how he does it that way, and it's easier. Chances are people are going to watch more of the the short videos than the long video. So do with that information as you must. Okay, do with that information as you must. But yeah, that's what's going on in the world today. Public announcement. I'm gonna upload too early for this podcast. I believe it's gonna be Friday or Wednesday, one of them 2 days. I'm not sure. Because when I try to do them earlier in the week, then when I'm done with it, I gotta chop them up. I gotta chop them up into different videos, and I rather just do it on a day that I'm comfortable, that I have enough time to do them. Also, to let you guys know, and I've been saying this constantly through every live stream to get you guys in the thought process. I'm not going to be doing too early for this podcast. You're probably not going to see a single episode, and if you do see an episode, it's going to be a very short episode of too early for this podcast during the last week of July, the first week of August, possibly the second week of August. Whole lot of stuff going on. If I can, I will do shorts and satisfy that audience. I'm also going to change my upload times on my shorts. Normally I do it in the middle of the day. I've been testing out different shorts and see how they fare throughout the day. And I found me a decent block where I might be uploading shorts at that period of time, and we'll just see what happens after that. I do have like some mad shorts already ready to be uploaded, and I'm thinking about just uploading them all at once and do it that way. I've been watching videos of other content creators just dumping shorts. And a lot of content creators say that's a bad thing to do. Other content creators say that's a good thing to do. But when I see people dumping a bunch of content, I don't see it hurting their channel. Okay, so I can't make a case of it hurting. And technically, I haven't done it yet, so I can't even make a case of it actually working. So after these videos are uploaded, I'm going to change I'm going to change the time, and I might just do a video dump of a bunch of videos that way. So yeah, man, I had a good time with you guys. Let me see if anybody commented. Normally people comment. No one commented. Okay, cool. I'd like to thank all of you guys that came aboard, came through. There was a couple people coming in and out. Some people stayed. I think I messed up the live stream, and when I was in the process of making the live stream, something happened with my tablet. So I see a lot of y'all guys coming in. You guys got anything to say to me before I end it? Now's a good time to comment in the comment section. We'll just talk about whatever you want to talk about, okay? But I will answer any question in a super chat form, or super chat, super sticker form. I will answer whatever question that's on your mind, or you want to troll me or whatever. But only in super chat and super sticker form. Okay? So you want to ask me something? I better see a dollar mark on that super chat logo, because right now it says 0. So I will answer any bizarre, crazy question as long as it does not affect the rules and guidelines of YouTube. And I'm gonna try to answer to the best of my ability. And if I have to clean it up, I will clean it up. But if it's something that I can't ask, then I won't. Because some of y'all guys, y'all get outrageous with y'all questions. Even with the regular questions, y'all be asking some bizarre questions. And I'm the type of brother, I'm not like other content creators. I don't just look at the comment section and go, I ain't answering that. I'm a type of brother that says, look, I want to answer your question. But if you got some crazy, crazy question, all right, I will highlight it, but I'm only going to answer the super chat, super sticker one. Okay? How y'all living? I'm living swell. It's wow, man, it is 12:13. Wow, I didn't know I was on that long. Okay. To recap what we talked about earlier, I talked about LeBron James. 4 teams are interested in LeBron James, and I broke it down to the finest fragment of those possibilities. Okay. I also talked about news that happened on in social media. I talked about that. I talked about YouTube. YouTube got something going on in the news. Well, 2 days ago. Talk about the trending page or getting rid of the trending page. Yeah. So I'm gonna give y'all guys like 8 more minutes, because 90 minutes sounds solid. 90 minutes sounds solid. 90 minutes sounds solid. But yeah, that's if nobody got nothing to say the next couple of minutes, then I'm out. I'm out like a light switch. Okay. While I'm taking this time to wait to see what type of crazy question y'all gonna say in super chat or in super sticker form, by the way. Couple of news and notes considering my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see Too Early for This podcast. I'm going to upload episodes. It'd be great if I can do 2 episodes of Too Early for This podcast, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, but it depends on what's a going zone. Okay, but if you can get one out of me, that's good enough. And I promise you, you're gonna like them. You're gonna like the episodes. I talked about what's going on with me in the last week of July, first week of August, second week of August. No Too Early for This podcast, and if I do one, it's going to be a very short one. Be sure to check out my other YouTube channels. I have a gaming channel. I'm Christodon Live. I have a Twitch channel. I'm Christodon Live as well. I have a sports channel on YouTube. Just My Opinion podcast. I have a secondary channel. Everybody Hates Chris. I think that's what I named it. Yeah, Everybody Hates Chris. I just upload shorts. I'm gonna have some music. I got this whole album I made through AI, and I'm gonna premiere it on my secondary channel. I'll let you guys know in the community page, or when I'm doing a video or short or whatever. Okay, I would definitely let you guys know what's going on with that. I'm gonna try to get that real soon. Okay, so it's I don't see anybody having any questions or answers, so I'm just going to end it right here. I really appreciate everyone coming by. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Be sure to hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this live stream with your friends, family, as well as your followers. If you want to further support the channel, hit the join membership button. Remember, membership has its privileges. You can also further support me and the channel as far as super chat, super stickers, if you want to donate that way. And yeah, I'm up out of here, man. I didn't think I was going to be here that long. So 80 minutes of content is damn good. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys. Deuces.